دلهای من در خروش است، با قلبتان یک دلا همواره در قلب مایید، ای رنجتان رنج ما، لبها سراین رهایی در کوی ها کوچه ها، ای رهروان دربند با دستوار از نشان، در پشت میله های زندان زنجیر شکن گامتان.
To protect our friends, the laborers who have spent their life, their youth, their dreams to save other laborers, and they're now in jail. They're being detained for seeking freedom, for seeking equality and the betterment of their fellow workers. There are workers, students, labor activists who seek their very little, very basic rights. Can you imagine that you work for 40 hours per week and you are not paid for 6 months? How can you live?
No way.
Can you live for at least even a week without being paid?
No.
These people have not been paid for 6 months. And they have asked for the money, their right to have their money in exchange to their labor. And that's the only reason they have been sentenced for 18 years in prison.
Shame. Shame.
Shame. They've been sentenced for 18 years only and only because they wanted a change in their very miserable life. The life which has been the fruit of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Down with the
Down with the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Down with the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Down with the most shameful capitalism in this world.
Down with capitalism in the world.
Imagine that you work hard and hard, and then you ask for your income. There's not much to ask. And then they arrest you, they torture you with electroshock, and they force you to just come to the TV, to the national TV, and feel regret for asking for your right to live. This is where we are talking about. This is the Islamic Republic of Iran we are talking about. This is the Islamic Republic of Iran. Many of anti-capitalists, many liberals, many capitalist countries are protecting.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
I named them one by one. Ismail Bakhshi, a worker with kids and family, a very young man who wants freedom. He's been sentenced for 14 years, only and only because he wanted his money in exchange for his labor. Isn't that stupid? Can you imagine that happen? Yes, this is the Islamic Republic of Iran. I named the second person, Septamberian, who was just a journalist, a student who went there, who did what you're doing, some of you. You're just taking some pictures, some videos to share with other people. She has been arrested, tortured twice, forced to express her regret for seeking freedom for everyone, and sentenced to 19 years and a half with lashes, 74 lashes.
Shame.
I'm talking about Amir Hossein Mohammadi Fard, his wife Sanaz Allahyari, the former student activist and also journalist who covered the news of the whole city of Shush, who protected these laborers' right. They are sentenced to 18 years of imprisonment. I'm talking about Amir Amilgholi, Asal Mohammadi, two other journalists who did the same thing, who listened to their consciousness, who listened to the humane feeling of that we all share, and they did not feel that they should be silent. They just reported what was happening in Iran, and they are sentenced to 18 years of imprisonment. Shame to the most atrocious regime, which is not only a capitalist, but a very unique one. In the name of God, they put you in prison. In the name of God, they torture you. In the name of God, they don't give you food enough to live for 6 months. And in the name of God, they have assassinated people around the world, whoever expresses disagreement with them. And in the name of God, they have executed thousands and thousands of activists. Yeah. We're talking about the Islamic Republic of Iran, and I know, we all know, that soon they will see the videos here and there. They know that they are not protected by their people because they don't have any legitimacy, because they don't have any support of their people. The people who vote are afraid not to vote. They're afraid of the polls, of the gallop. They're afraid to be executed. They're afraid to lose their jobs. Who can save them? The saviors are in prison. The saviors are in prison for more than 110 years of imprisonment in total for 8 activists. If the Iranian regime does not have any legitimacy, down with the Islamic Republic of Iran!
Down with Islamic Republic of Iran!
I'd like to say something in their own language. I want to send them some good messages to hear, and I know they listen. They've been threatening each and every one of us here for the past 30 years. This is what I want to tell the Iranian regime. We are alive and we don't let you kill anymore. We are alive and we will take our friends out of prison. Yeah. We are alive, and death to you and your capitalist atrocity. Down with the Iranian government, down with the Iranian regime, down with Raisi and whoever comes there and tries to make us forget about the bloodshed they had only 2 decades ago. Down with the Islamic Republic of Iran. Down with the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Down with the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Now, one of these activists that I told you about, we are celebrating also her 26th birthday today. Am I right? Yes. Sepida Gholian, it is her birthday. Let's clap for her. Woo! Let's clap for her. Woo! We are proud of her because not only was she an activist outside the prison, but also inside prison she hasn't been silent. She told us about the prison in the suburb of Tehran, which is called the Hell for the Activists, in which the women activists are being held in the most inhuman conditions, without water, without any sanitary, let's say, facilities, and, well, without even being noticed of their final, let's say, court date. So they have no right. They have to buy the water to drink in the prison, otherwise they will die of thirst. And she told us something else. She told us that the woman who put herself on fire, burned herself, committed suicide, only because she was regarded as a second-class citizen and was not allowed to enter the stadiums. It was just a week or two ago, this young lady called the Blue Lady of Iran, she committed suicide. She was in the same prison as Sepina Goliani is. The government tried to justify what happened, the torture that they put on her, that made her commit suicide, by saying that she was senile. Imagine a 19, 20-year-old gay can be senile. And then they said that they have some proof that she had bipolar disorder. Well, Sepida told us about her. She was sane. She was sane, but she knew her right. And her right was to be regarded as equal as any other man who can go to stadium. Do you know in the Islamic Republic of Iran, women cannot go to any stadiums? They cannot enjoy sport as you do? I bet it is also another odd facts to hear. Yes, there are odd facts out there. Women are fighting for their little right, and the workers are fighting for the right to live. Literally, to live. Can you live without being paid for 6 months? Can you imagine how that life would be? This is what it's like in Iran. This is what is capitalism. This is what is the Islamic Republic of Iran. Shame on you!
I represent Migrante BC, which is the grassroots organization of Filipino migrants and immigrants, and also of the Canada-Philippine Solidarity for Human Rights. Like overseas Filipinos, the Iranians overseas have strong ties to Iran. And I don't mean the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran, but to the people of Iran. We come from countries with repressive regimes, with no respect for the fundamental rights of its citizens. We come from countries with governments bent on punishing peaceful dissent and labor activism, and daring to call these as national security offenses. Like the Philippines' de facto martial law, the despotic regime in Iran regards the people's exercise of rights and freedoms, like the right to organize, the right to march in the streets, the right to form unions, rights that we take granted here in Canada. They are regarded as crimes punishable by arrest and detention, torture, and very long prison terms. Because labor activism in Iran is regarded as a national security offense, I would say that the Islamic Republic of Iran is afraid of the Iranian people who rise up and who resist. Never mind that it is peaceful dissent. So we have, like in the Philippines, political prisoners. Like in the Philippines, the political prisoners are living witnesses to the systemic repression of rights and freedoms in our countries.
Yes.
We condemn the continued persecution of workers, and I think I'll mention the latest attacks on the half-tape workers. While we condemn trade repression, we also are inspired by the continuing resistance of workers in Iran, who continue to demand and exercise their rights at the risk of arrest, detention, or worse. What the regime in Iran labels as national security offenses is nothing than workers defending their rights to their wages, pensions, benefits, the freedom to organize and march on the streets. And because the mainstream press, corporate media, is not keen or not allowed to report on these violations, we must do what we must do. To go out into the streets, call out our demands, and join our allies, and make the calls loud and strong, so that the detained workers in Iran hear our voices and feel our solidarity. We in Migrante BC Overseas Filipinos, we join our voices with yours to call for the release of the detained trade unionists and all political prisoners in Iran.
Yes! Long live solidarity!
Long live solidarity! We stand in solidarity with you in the collective condemnation of the continuing harassment, detention, and torture of labor activists and labor leaders. We should remember that an injury to one is an injury to all. That an injustice happening elsewhere in the world impacts on all of us as well. Free all political prisoners!
Free all political prisoners!
Long live international solidarity!
Long live international solidarity!
Down with the Islamic Republic of Iran!
Down with Islamic Republic of Iran!
Thank you.
I'm going to say a very few things why we're here, because people kept asking why we're here. From September 13th to September 23rd, there is a big chain of solidarity around the world, starting from Athens and ending today and tomorrow, just at the same time here in Vancouver. There are people in Oslo and in the Athens again as the place that will end this solidarity with the Iranian laborers who are being badly tortured. And so the Iranians and their comrades, international allies all around the world, have gathered together to show the Islamic Republic of Iran how angry they are and how determined they are to protect their fellow workers and comrades in prison, and also raise awareness of how the Islamic regime of Iran is treating their laborers, the fruit of whose labor you are using now. If you are walking around in your leather clothes, in your plastic supplies that you have, you are driving in your cars, if you are using oil in a way or another, this is from the aspiration of the Iranian workers in Iran, and we are all connected. So today, as we end this chain solidarity actions, it is also the night before Sepidagolian's birthday. It also started with another prisoner's, Sanaz Allahyari's birthday, and now we have reached the very last day. So here we are to send our last word, which is the beginning of a fight for us, a new era for us. This is what I'm going to tell to the Iranian regime. ما هنوز زنده ایم. بعد از گذشته 4 دهه و هزاران نفر از ما که کشتیم، تو زندون کردیم و جنایات خونینی رو به پا کردین آقای رئیسی، ما هنوز زنده ایم و تا روزی که زنده ایم خواب خوش رو بر شما جنایتکاران کابوس میکنیم. قطعنامه امروز رو رفیقمون بهرنگ زندی میخونه. So Behrang Zandi is going to read out the last statement that we have, and this is what is read all from the Athens and is ending today in this place.
قطعنامه پایانی زنجیره سراسری حامیان هفت‌تپه که از شهر آتن شروع شد در استرالیا، شهر سیدنی فکر کنم، و در شهر کامبرا مقابل سفارت جمهوری اسلامی، گروه‌ها و سازمان‌های مختلفی به این زنجیره سراسری حامیان هفت‌تپه پیوستن که در لندن، در آلمان، در نروژ، سوئد، من اصلا اسامی شهرها رو درست به خاطر ندارم، یک قطعنامه صادر شده از طرف این زنجیره که من به عنوان قطعنامه پایانی در شهر ونکوور براتون میخونم. متحد کارگرانیم، کنارشان میمانیم. نظر به این که نظام موجود در جهان، سرمایه‌داری، مسبب و بانی تمام مشقات موجود بشر امروزه است، از تشدید فقر و شکاف طبقاتی و گرسنگی میلیاردی تا ناامنی شغلی و جنگ و بیخانمانی و نابودی محیط زیست نتیجه سیاست‌های نظام سرمایه‌داری است. در ایران و تحت حاکمیت نظام جمهوری اسلامی اکثریت عظیمی از شهروندان و مشخصاً طبقه کارگر و زحمتکشان تحت سرکوب شدید قرار دارند و به زندگی چند بار زیر خط فقر رسمی و قانونی محکوم شدند. زنان مرتباً زیر هجوم سرکوب ارتش ضد زن و حاکمیت آپارتاید جنسی هستند و زن ستیزی و بی‌حرمتی علیه زنان و دخالت در امور خصوصی را به اوج رساندند. فعالان کارگری، فعالان حقوق زنان، فعالان دانشجویی و فعالان جنبش‌های اجتماعی همواره مورد هجوم نیروهای اوباش قرار می‌گیرند و زیر شکنجه و پرونده‌سازی‌های امنیتی به زندان‌های طویل المدت محکوم می‌شد. و در مورد اخیر کارگران هفت‌تپه، فعالان نشریه احکام، اسماعیل بخشی، محمد خونیفر، سپیده قلیان، امیر حسین محمدی فرد، ساناز اللهیاری، اصل محمدی و امیر امیرقلی با پرونده سازی و سناریو سازی در بیدادگاههای اسلامی به بیش از 1 قرن زندان محکوم شدند. این اجتماع اعلام و تصویب می کند: 1. ادعاهای جمهوری اسلامی و نیروهای امنیتی و اطلاعاتیش و پرونده سازی ها علیه کارگران و فعالان سیاسی تماماً فاقد اعتبار و جعلی است و هدفی جز ایجاد رعب و وحشت و گسترش اختناق در جامعه ندارد و باید تقابل متحد اردوی آزادی خواهی و برابری طلبی باشد. 2. مشخصاً حمله به فعالان کارگری و بیدادگاه پرونده فعالان هفت‌تپه نگرانی رژیم اسلامی از عروج اعتصابات توده‌ای کارگری و مقابله با جنبش شورای کارگری است که آلترناتیو سیاسی و اجتماعی کارگران و اردوی چپ جامعه را بیش از پیش جلوی صحنه می‌راند. 3. این اقدامات در شرایط بنبست و بحران همه‌جانبه جمهوری اسلامی نمی‌تواند به فقر و فلاکت 10 میلیون کارگر و مردم محروم جواب دهد و محکوم به شکست است. 4. ما ایرانیان آزادیخواه در خارج از کشور را همراه با کارگران و مردم آزادیخواه در کشورهای اروپا و آمریکا فرا می‌خوانیم که در کشمکش و جدال راست و چپ، در جنگ کارگر و سرمایه‌دار، در صحنه سیاست ایران در کنار راه حل کارگری، بدیل شورایی و کارگری قرار بگیرند. 5. ما اردوی آزادیخواهان، کمونیست‌ها و رادیکال‌ها اعلام می‌کنیم که متحد کارگرانیم و کنارشان می‌مانیم. ما بیدادگاههای جمهوری اسلامی و احکام ضد کارگری آن را به رسمیت نمی‌شناسیم و با صدای بلند اعلام می‌کنیم کارگر زندانی، زندانی سیاسی، بی قید و بی وثیقه آزاد باید گردد.